Hi everyone, it's me, C Lefty Run with my week 12 Berlin Marathon training recap, 2024 Berlin Marathon training recap. Week 12. I just have to laugh because it's like every week I come with bad news. Week 12 is not great. It's not great. It's the worst week of the cycle. Let me tell you why. I just keep getting knocked down. But you know what? I get up again. Not gonna let anyone keep me down. You know that song, I Get Knocked Down. That's my theme song, but I get up again. Nobody's going to keep me down, or whatever the lyrics are. That is my cycle. I get knocked down, but I get up again. So I only ran 20 miles week 12. Sunday, I ran 16 on Saturday. It was hot. It was miserable. I was going to take a rest day on Sunday, but I was like, oh gosh, I start school on Monday. And as you know, had to be at work at like 7 a.m. on Monday morning. So I wasn't going to wake up at 4 a.m. to go on a run. So I decided to skip Monday. So Sunday I did a treadmill run, which was great because I put Peacock on and I watched the women's marathon in the Olympics, and that was exciting. I think I ran around a 10-minute pace and my heart rate was a 133. And when I do run on the treadmill, I keep a heart rate monitor on for an easy run because I want to keep it in my easy range. So that was fine and dandy. Tuesday, I did 6 in the morning with my friend Stephanie, woke up at 4:30, got out the door around 4:50, ran 6 with hers, got to work on time with her, got to work on time. The 6 miles, my average heart rate was a 138. My average pace was a 946. And again, that's a total conversational run for us. Then that night, I went to Marine Stadium in Long Beach and did my speed workout with Team Runners High. Again, we're in Marine Stadium. We're not on a track. It's literally a parking lot and it needs to be remodeled because there's like potholes and stuff. So you got to like really watch where you're going, but it's a nice straightaway and traffic is very limited. So I did 1 400. The workout was like 1 400, 1 800, 1 1200, or 2 1200s, and then 1 800 and 1 400. So it was an interesting workout. So the 400 I did in 7:20, the 800 7:17, the 1200 coming back 7:58. It's at the beach, windy. 1200 going out again 7:38, the 800 8:01, 1 400 at 7:31. I never was a sprinter. I never ran in high school. I always wonder if I'm pushing it enough on those. I feel like I get to a certain level and I'm scared to push past it because I don't want to bonk out. So I feel like it's hard. I don't know what my average heart rate was for that, the speed portion. And then we do like a walking recovery. Anyway, that's what I did. I was supposed to do my Luke Humphrey. I think I had 4 times 1.5 miles, but it was 80 degrees. I'm just not busting those out. So I was like, okay, I'll get some speed in. So I went and did Marine Stadium. Wednesday, I ran with Argh in Naples, Long Beach. I did 5 miles, knowing that I was going to thinking on Thursday I was going to do 3, and then Friday I was going to do 8, and then Saturday I was going to do my long run. That's what I thought. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do 5 miles with Argh. I ran 8:57. My heart was 151. Okay. Prior to Wednesday, my job share partner on Tuesday, no, I spoke to her Wednesday because that's when we passed the baton during the week. And she's like, oh God, I've been in bed since Monday. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. She's like, no, I've been really sick. And I was like, oh gosh. And then my other colleague walks by as I'm talking to my job share partner. She's like, I'm sick. I'm sick. I'm congested. My throat hurts. I'm already sick. And I was like, ooh. So sure enough, Wednesday night after my Argh run, my throat starts to feel a bit scratchy. And I know now, I mean, I've been sick so much these last 6 months. I know. And I had sneezed twice in our staff meeting. Whenever I sneeze and then I get scratchy throat, I'm like, it's coming for me. So right after AREC, I started feeling the scratchy throat and I was like, crud, I'm gonna get sick. And I was hoping like, no, maybe that's not the case. And it was really warm last week too, by the way. So I thought, maybe it's just warm and I'm running and it's like, I was trying to like convince myself I was fine. So Thursday morning, I wake up, I'm feeling a little congested, the throat is scratchy. Well, I have oral surgery that day for the tooth, right? Which I've been complaining about since June, I think, May or June. So I'm like, I gotta get this oral surgery done. Yes, my throat is scratchy, but I gotta get this taken care of. So I go, I get the oral surgery, and I get home from that and I'm completely body aches, chills, congestion. And I was supposed to run that evening they had this event in the Long Beach Exchange, and I love going to it every year. And it's once a year. It's like this summer wellness event where all the wellness places like Orange Theory and all the run clubs and yoga, and they all come out and they have booths and you can get stretched for free and you can try shoes and then you go on a 5K run and it's fun. I was looking forward to it, had to miss it because I was like, not feeling well. So Friday, wake up, I'm like super sick. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm totally sick. There goes my long run on Saturday. There goes my long run on Friday. Saturday, stayed in bed. Thought maybe I would try on Sunday if I felt better to do an easy run. Nope. Still sick, still in bed all day Saturday. I did watch Love Island though. I was like, that's how desperate I am right now. It's actually quite good. So laid in bed and watched Love Island. What else did I watch? I watched a Simple Favor. I watched the Scott Peterson documentary on Netflix. So that was kind of fun to do, I guess. But at the whole time, I'm stressed about missing these key workouts, week 12 of marathon training, when I've already had a tough cycle. I'm like, can this cycle get any tougher? Yeah, it can. Here's another sickness for you. Have fun with that. So thank gosh, after resting all day Sunday, Monday, I was going to run Monday morning as I started to feel better Sunday late afternoon. So I was going to wake up at 4:30 Monday and go running. And I was like, that's not smart, not smart, because I can't cut into my sleep because what I really need right now is sleep to get better. And so I ended up running Monday after work. And I'll talk more about that next week. But yeah, so sleep was key for me. And then I started like when I woke up Monday morning, I finally had like a really high sleep score. My HRV was moving back into the balance because when I got sick, I think it was on Tuesday, I was like, oh my God, my HRV tanked and my sleep wasn't great. And that's why, because I was getting sick. I'm telling you, I think Garmin's onto something with that HRV because every time my HRV is low, like when I had the gum infection and I didn't know, it started to tank. And then I started the antibiotics. Yeah, and I've been on antibiotics too, which by the way, anyway, so I took those 3 days off, 4 days, right, of running Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 4 days off. And I was like, I had oral surgery. My dentist, when I had the oral surgery, he was like, if you can move your long run to Sunday, that would be ideal. So I was already going to move it to Sunday. So I'm kind of like, well, at least it all hit me at once. At least I was sick and I had the oral surgery because I was already going to adjust things for that. So, because he's like, if your heart rate gets too high, you don't want too much blood going to the area, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, because I have little stitches in my mouth. So, and then my Achilles is still just hanging on, not getting better, not getting worse. But I was like, okay, 4 days off, maybe my Achilles will get better. Maybe I can recover and then I can recover from this as well. Because I keep going back to Boston and how I pushed through, I ran through that really bad illness I had. And I was like, I'm not doing that this time, just not going to do it. And by Monday, I felt a lot better. And I was like, had I pushed it, first of all, I don't want to get people around me sick, number one, but I could have ran by myself locally. So, and all my friends were like, well, are you coming out? I was like, no, I'm not coming out. I'm not feeling well, and I don't want to get you guys sick. And I still haven't been around them because I'm like, no, I don't want to spread whatever this is to you. So, um, anyway, uh, yeah, with Boston, I pushed through illness and then it took me like 3 weeks to get over it. I never really felt like I was completely over it. And then I took 4 days off. I really rested. I listened to my body. I did all the things that I said I was going to learn from. And then by Monday, I was feeling better. So, and then Tuesday, yesterday, I feel like 90% now. So that's the good news. I just, so it's been tough. It's been tough. But I gotta train for where I'm at right now, and this is just where I am right now. And progress isn't always linear. No, it's not. What's crazy to me though is like I run with so many people and they're like consistently able to bust out pretty decent marathon times, like no matter what. I'm like, why am I like Boston? I ran 4:20, right? I was shooting for a sub 3:40. And everyone struggled in Boston. Everyone I knew struggled in Boston. Like no one hit, did anyone hit their goal? I know one person that hit their goal, but they run well in the heat. Everyone else was off their goal by like 15 minutes. I was off my goal by like almost, 40 minutes. So it's like when I miss the mark, I miss the mark entirely. So yeah, everyone's just, running through summer and no one complains about it. Maybe that's my problem. Maybe it's because I complain about it and I bring it to life by talking about it. Maybe I just need to zip it and be like, everything's great. I don't know. So anyway, that was week 12. So hopefully I can get back in business. I was supposed to have a speed workout today. No, yesterday is Tuesday. But I was like, I'm in no shape. Like I'm feeling better, but I'm not feeling that good. So I'm pushing it to tomorrow. And I'm like already worried about it. Like, what if you can't hit the paces? What if this? What if that? It's already causing me anxiety. Haven't felt like this over a training cycle in 4 years. Maybe I'm due. Maybe I'm due. So anyway, I know my next race, after Berlin, I'm taking a nice solid break from marathon running. Unless I get into London or Tokyo. I'm on the wait list for London with my friend Leanne. I'm praying I don't get in because I don't want to turn it around and like, okay, now I got to train for London. I'd like a year break, maybe do London in 2026 or Tokyo in 2026, and then maybe do my final one in 2028. But yeah, after Berlin, I'm gonna just train for short stuff, do some half marathons. I'm registered for a half marathon in January in La Quinta. It's a women's race. You get jewelry at the finish. I'm in. So that'll be nice. And how sad is it that I'm already thinking about, I just got to get to the other side of Berlin. I just got to get to the other side of Berlin. And I will. I always do. So that I have no doubt about. I will crawl to the finish. And here's this weird thing in my mind that despite all of the challenges I've had during this cycle, I just really have a feeling that I'm gonna have a good marathon. I don't think I'm gonna PR or anything, but I think I'm gonna do well. I think I'm definitely gonna sub 4 if the weather is good. If the weather is not good, then I'm gonna start really slow, easier than I think I should, and I'll totally modify for weather. But if the weather is good, I'm still going to start out slower than I think I should, because then my goal, I told you my overall goal is to negative split. So, and for my next training cycle, I'm going to train for where I'm at, to see where I'm at pace wise, and then I'm going to set a goal based on where I am, not where I want to be. So that's something else I'll change later on down the road. So yeah, if you are training for Berlin or any other race, I hope you're crushing it. I'm not. And that's okay. It happens sometimes. And if you're not crushing it, it's okay. You're at least training enough. You will finish the race and just enjoy it. And we will enjoy it together. I keep saying I will crawl across that Berlin finish line if I have to. My biggest concern right now is my Achilles. In fact, when I finish this video, I'm going to call a podiatrist and be like, someone help me. So I've got, my chiropractor. Everyone's like, chiropractors aren't real doctors. This guy is. And then I've been doing this sports massage. I have acupuncture coming up. I need to tell this lady, like, dry needle me. I don't think she dry needled me last time. So it's just, and that alone causes a lot of stress. Like, I just want to get to the start feeling good. Is that too much to ask for? So anyway, thought I'd give you an update. I almost didn't do a video this week, and I was like, no, I'm gonna do a video. Staying committed to this process. You will too. Stick with your training. Do the best you can. We're going to be fine. All right. I'll see you next week.